I used to want to buy books because I looked at the cover and I thought, damn, that is really cool. But now I barely even care about the cover because I just read the first page. And so let's go ahead and give this a test here. This is Less Than Zero by Bret, Easton, Ellis. And full disclosure, I am currently reading this whole thing. I know that's kind of a spoiler, but let's go ahead and start with the first page. People are afraid to merge on freeways in Los Angeles. This is the first thing I hear when I come back to the city. Blair picks me up from LAX and mutters this under her breath as her car drives up the on-ramp. She says people are afraid to merge on freeways in Los Angeles. Though that sentence shouldn't bother me, it stays in my mind for an uncomfortably long time. Nothing else seems to matter. Not the fact that I'm 18 and it's December and the ride on the plane had been rough and the couple from Santa Barbara who were sitting across from me in first class had gotten pretty drunk. Not the mud that had splattered the legs of my jeans, which felt kind of cold and loose earlier that day at an airport in New Hampshire. Not the stain on the arm of the wrinkled, damp shirt I wear, a shirt which had looked fresh and clean this morning. Not the tear on the neck of my gray argyle vest, which seems vaguely more Eastern than before, especially next to Blair's clean, tight jeans and her pale blue t-shirt. All of this seems irrelevant next to that one sentence. It seems easier to hear that people are afraid to merge, rather than, I'm pretty sure Muriel is anorexic, or the singer on the radio crying out about magnetic waves. Nothing else seems to matter to me but those 10 words. Not the warm winds which seem to propel the car down the empty asphalt freeway, or the faded smell of marijuana which still faintly permeates Blair's car. All it comes down to is that I'm a boy coming home. And it trails off there. Less Than Zero. I gotta say, the overall tone of the novel is sort of a slow burn, but this first page has an excellent hook. Ominous. It's an ominous opening, and you get the sense that something is not quite right, and it does seem to echo, or it's not really an echo. It's more of the precursor to Ellis's more famous book, I think, American Psycho. You absolutely see the beginnings of that in this book. The characters in this story absolutely, they're connected to Hollywood and they love their products and their brand names and all that jazz. And so on the surface, I think this book can seem somewhat mundane, but it's very dark and it gets very disturbing as it goes on. And I think that ominous opening line about merging on the freeways is absolutely outstanding. That's how you should start a book. So I'm turning to the next page, and I already did, so I don't even got to say it. But what do you think? Tell me if you read this one or if you're interested in reading it now that you've heard the first page.